There is a moment in time now where potentially there will be a rush of people trying to get back to avoid quarantine. Now, where is the caution or the sense in that as a government policy? Because you've set a deadline and people can get back from a place that you've already deemed to be dangerous, potentially bringing back risk into the UK. So given the approach you're taking and the caution, why do you not bring in immediately the quarantine rules for anyone arriving from Portugal?
Well, we think it's sensible to give people a period of time to return home to the UK. As I say, they've got until Tuesday to do so. That's designed to help people to come back in an orderly manner, to not see scenes at airports where people are crowded together. There are risks involved in creating that sort of situation. But we have taken a cautious approach by taking Portugal off the green list, putting it back onto the amber list. And I think that's the right thing to do to protect the public. I appreciate that people will be frustrated by that. But overall, we've got to take a careful approach right now because there's been such good progress domestically. Let's not put that at risk if we can avoid it.
You'll be aware of the criticism the government came into in connection with India. And bearing in mind, we're talking about the Delta variant now, that delay in allowing that rush of people to come back before quarantine was brought in. I thought that we were trying to learn lessons along the way.
You moved within hours as regarding Portugal. It took weeks to put India on the red list. Explain.
Well, we're taking a cautious approach. I think from your question, you support that and think that we should be being careful.
I support consistency, that if you promise British citizens you'll give them something, you give them something. Or if it is just effectively a fast-moving scene and you have effectively no control, just tell people that and you won't have families stranded at the end of half-term in Portugal.
Well, let me be clear. People shouldn't be going on holiday to countries that are on the red or the amber list.
They didn't. They went on holiday to a country that was on the green list, Mr. Jenrick, probably thinking that they would be acquainted with what's called the watch list, which clearly now is, like many politicians' promises, just in tatters.
Well, if you do book a holiday to a country that's currently on the green list, you do have to be aware that we're reviewing the list every 3 weeks. That
Tell
this
that
is
to
a
people in the
fast-moving
Algarve.
situation. And I would advise you to make sure that your travel operators, most are offering flexibility so that you can reschedule or get a refund if that's required.
Why don't you just say, don't go on holiday? Mr. Jenrick, why don't you just tell people, don't go on holiday? Period, ends.
Well, I think a lot of people will be choosing to go on holiday in the UK this summer.
Don't go on an overseas holiday. We are telling you, do not go on an overseas holiday. Why don't you just say it? Be big, brave and bold enough.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. What our position is...
So we can go on holiday?
You shouldn't be going on holiday to any country that's on the red or the amber list. I wouldn't recommend speculatively booking holidays to those places either. If you do choose to book one to a country that's currently on the green list, be careful because things can change, as we've seen. And if you do that, then certainly make sure that you're doing it with an operator that could give you the degree of flexibility that you need so you don't find yourself losing out.